Capcom Cup. And of course, you're going to get action from every single group today. It's not just Group A. We're going to be actually going through Group B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, all giving you a taste of the action. But you can see both players now. Seems like the technical issues have been solved.
Let's go.
And the buy-in checks, and we're going to get a 2 out of 3 to start Group A.
Before we get into it, wherever you're tuning into, whether it's your favorite streamer, here on the official Capcom Fighters channel, over the 10-0 guys, yo, first and foremost,
Facts.
we appreciate your guys' time
Yes.
and consideration and patience. Now is your time as viewers and fans of the FGC, of Street Fighter 6. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Game number 1 to kick things off here at Capcom Cup 11 is going to be very much so underway.
Yes, indeed. But of course, the button check first, so we always got to get mixed by that. That's the classic commentator
Did you block?
stuff.
I didn't block.
Yeah.
I was going in, and I was like, I saw it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm
ready.
gonna end it in a way where it's like it's still ambiguous. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Listen,
We're
we're still trying to keep it in check.
There's a certain cadence that commentators have for certain moments, right? And we get smoked when it's a button
Every single
check.
time. Do you know
It's
how much
always-
effort we
yeah.
got? Totally kidding.
They told us to. They put up a cue card right now. They're like, it's button check, by the way, just so you guys know. Yeah, most definitely. TAKAMURA
It's a
and
hype
PHENON.
check, is what it is. It's a hype check.
Yeah, so we're making sure that everything, again, is prim and proper here because there obviously is a milli on the line. This is the group stage action that you're going to see for the first 3 days of Capcom Cup as well. We're going to determine a top 16 that way. One player's going to make it out in winners. One player's going to make it out in losers in each group. That's how we're going to determine the top 16. And then we are going to crown the Capcom Cup champion and the milli winner on Saturday.
Crazy.
Remember that, yeah, on Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday, we're going to crown the SFL champions with, I believe, FlyQuest representing the US, Team NIP representing the EU, and then, of course, Team
Good 8 squad, baby.
for Japan. It's going to be an amazing, amazing time here at Capcom Cup, all the way through 5 full days of action, by the way. The Street Fighter is not going to stop anytime soon. Long days as well, so we're going to have the best of the best competition. But yes, indeed, PHENON and TAKAMURA are going to get underway soon. And just making sure everything is all good.
I love
Got
it.
headphoned up as well. They're both looking extremely focused. TAKAMURA especially locked in. And ooh, the graphic, I like that.
I love that so
I like
much.
that.
Production quality, 100.
Yes, indeed. And PHENON, it looks like PHENON, he did do the button check with Cammy as well, so it looks like you're very on point. He's going to avoid the mirror match here. He's been putting in so much work with Cammy that it makes sense, right? Cammy does have a bit longer of a range on the crouch medium kick than Ken. It is a 1 frame slower, though, so it does kind of alter some of the string presses and the press backs that you're going to see. But I want to see how prepared TAKAMURA is for PHENON's Cammy. Is PHENON's Cammy going to primarily play ground-based? Are we going to see some dive kicks? Are we going to see some air action? Let's get Capcom Cup going!
Here we go, PHENON versus TAKAMURA. Cammy versus Ken, as you would expect. Some of the roundhouses are going to be coming up from PHENON to check the ranges, but TAKAMURA already on the offensive, forcing the block against PHENON. Slowly backing away from the medium, punish counter. There was a jab check against the airborne assault from PHENON, and here comes the first throw from PHENON. How do you lock down and keep TAKAMURA under pressure? Keep him grounded. Oh, the uppercut! Get off of me.
That's the thing, right? TAKAMURA plays so fast. He's so good at processing what's going on. Counter hit confirmed right there as well. Tries to throw. PHENON's defense been pretty on point so far. Oh, but TAKAMURA, he didn't get the link that he was looking for. You can combo with the stand light kick after that step kick counter hit.
That was indeed a counter hit. Maybe it was a range thing that he was not confident in, but that crouching jab was not going to do him any favors. Punish counter to ring out, but nothing to follow up. PHENON again measuring the gauge with that roundhouse. He wants to make sure he's within range for possibly a spacing trap.
You can see PHENON, he's starting to scheme on it. Oh, but he actually shuts him down on the quick spin knuckle. There is the tendency for players to throw back-to-back projectiles. Maybe PHENON was looking for that, trying to quick spin knuckle through after perfect parrying the first fireball, but TAKAMURA was more than ready. And again, these run shenanigans have been working out as well. Now we got counter hit overhead, tries the empty jump, but PHENON was not parrying.
Did you get the side switch now? An immediate, actually a little bit of a delay tech from the side of TAKAMURA. How do you get out of there? A couple of checks right now. PHENON's doing a great job of checking the green stuff, but TAKAMURA keeping the other player on their toes consistently.
Oh!
Give me that level 3!
Yes, indeed, no full cinematic, but still gets the DP juggle. That's still a lot of damage. Tries to throw again. PHENON teching for his life again. You cannot throw this man right now. We'll see if TAKAMURA switches it up.
Peppering some of the damage.
Oh, he burned him out now, and the sweep whip punish is actually big. If PHENON can get into the corner, that's checkmate all the way through. Yes, indeed. Actually hits him, resets with a drive impact to save some meter. You already know. PHENON, optimal with it.
Damn! I'm loving that route. He gets to keep 2 of his super art bars to himself. Knew the exact amount of damage he needed to close that out. I'm loving this for PHENON.
Yes, indeed. That means Phenom well within his own right to build that last bar, get a level 3, both players trading in an instant. TAKAMURA trying to bait something now, right? Because Phenom had been teching so much, but still, great defense right now from Phenom. Look, he's not teching, but the perfect parry back. Gonna maintain control in the corner because of it.
Man, TAKAMURA has gotten a lot of mileage with some of these steps. I gotta tell you, he's been playing really, really unorthodox by committing to some of the options after the run.
Yep. Oh, and he presses back the crouch medium punch. One of Ken's best buttons, especially as a counter poke like that. You buffer the drive rush behind it, and it's all she wrote for the first game.
Very similar normal structure between the two, but TAKAMURA being able to utilize some of those big counter hits a little bit more than Phenom. You got to imagine Phenom, he's got to be facing quite the wild TAKAMURA. What are you going to do to kind of calm him down and really punish him for some of the committal choices that he's been making throughout neutral?
Yeah, and I'm really impressed. Like, despite Phenom taking that first L, right, he was actually so good at adjusting his defensive strategies throughout the set. We saw in that last round, he didn't get caught by any of the throw bait tech that TAKAMURA had. Nonetheless, though, rush he still took him down. All she wrote for the first game. So we're gonna be able to drive rush in now, and he's got Phenom blocking a little bit now. He's been able to condition him.
That is a very, very meaty heavy. Phenom taking so much damage right now, just getting harassed into the corner. The Jin Ride too.
I love that. After the third string baits it out. That's the optimal starter. Another round in the books. TAKAMURA 1 round away from taking this set.
Immense pressure being felt by Phenom. TAKAMURA started this off with that perfect. Could be a disastrous kind of end for Phenom. Back into the corner again. We're going to spend a lot of time on the left side of the corner unless Phenom finds a break, which he does.
Yeah, let's see if you're gonna kind of build this. So you see TAKAMURA immediately after blocking the roundhouse, just drive rushing in. I like that a lot. And Phenom, he hasn't been challenging. He has less than 2 bars of drive, right? He didn't want a DP. He gets caught swinging right there. Maybe a reset attempt. TAKAMURA does burn him out via that. That was so smart.
Drive reversal. You want to keep him locked down. 2 bars of Phenom's name. Will he be able to use it? A single hit left. TAKAMURA, no!
Oh, no. Technical difficulties and perhaps the set-winning round for TAKAMURA had Phenom back against the ropes with burnout. That's a yikers, bruh.
Oh, man, it was just getting good. A single hit was all that was needed from the side of TAKAMURA. We're about to decide who was truly at fault between the two players, where the pause was actually engaged from. Depending on that circumstance, either TAKAMURA could be up again, or Phenom could stay alive in the round.
Yeah, but obviously they're talking to them on the stage right now, trying to get everything sorted, and we'll have a decision for you, obviously. Communicate the decision once it comes down the pipeline, but man, that's a tough break for both players, honestly. TAKAMURA, he had so much momentum, building that perfect after the first round. Obviously, he had already gotten Phenom into burnout here. Phenom does have a couple of bars to his name, so it's not a free checkmate DI in the corner or anything like that. But still, if you're TAKAMURA, I mean, the win's got to be taken out of your sails a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, but you have to try to look at the silver lining for TAKAMURA as soon as they get back into the game, depending on. I mean, like, he'll still have, like, bars to his name if Phenom happens to take a round going forward. But other than that, I will agree with you. Momentum is everything for a player like TAKAMURA.
Yeah. We've seen, I mean, tremendous choices from TAKAMURA throughout this set, right? Like, the reversal crouch medium kicks have been there, the conditioning early on that tried to make Phenom press. Once he recognized that Phenom wasn't teching anymore, he started to condition him with the throws, and that opened up the counter hits later on. So yeah, I mean, TAKAMURA has been playing like a textbook, amazing fighting game so far.
Man, I gotta say, there are certain things where I'm looking out for, like what he's going to do, like when he's going to go with the step kick and commit to it. Like, my man, he is deep in that other character's body when it comes to the step kicks. If that gets blocked, best believe Phenom is going to punish accordingly. Yeah. So I'm actually surprised at some of the times where the step kick did come out from the side of TAKAMURA, it was counter hit.
Yeah, right. And I don't know if it's obviously Phenom reacting a little bit late to the run, but I think TAKAMURA is trying to utilize that step kick a lot, just outside Cammy's like sweet spot range, right? Whether it be the crouch medium kick, the stand roundhouse. She does outrange Ken on the normals quite a bit. So because of that, I think he's trying to get outside that range just a little while and then maybe whiff punish, or if he reacts late, get the counter hit like we said before, right? So I think that's kind of why TAKAMURA is risking the run step kick from there. But as you mentioned, if like Phenom just walks forward and blocks, that's an easy punish. The step kick's gonna be so close. So yeah, TAKAMURA's got to be a bit careful with that going forward, especially as players in his group watch these matches, right? They're going to be able to scout him, see what type of strategy strategies he's going with. That's something that the rest of these players are obviously going to have a benefit from, seeing these two duke it out to start the set.
I feel like TAKAMURA is a human 20-sided dice, though. That's the thing. He's going to be so problematic no matter how many times you watch his gameplay, right? If he's already throwing Phenom for a loop, you never know what he has in store for you, Playboy. Like, it doesn't even matter what character you pick, how much, if it's a Bison player, if it's Hot Dog, if it's like Punk the God with his own Cammy, Itabashi as well. Like, TAKAMURA's been throwing out some really extensive kind of like, not necessarily Hail Marys per se, but some really unorthodox tactics.
Well, critical hits and critical misses are in abundance, you know what I'm saying, with the dice roll 100%, and that's what we've seen from TAKAMURA so far. Looks like we're getting something happening right now. We'll communicate exactly what is happening in a minute, but we do see the players moving around a little bit. Going to be continuing the set shortly. Obviously, TAKAMURA been such an impressive showing so far on set point up against Phenom. This is all 2 out of 3. Remember that for the group stage, so he's 1 round away. I'm gonna get y'all that info when we get it, most definitely.
From what it's looking like right now, we're not necessarily getting all the information, but based off of the program that we have, it feels as if Phenom was not at fault for the pause and the technical difficulty. So that's going to be a round towards Phenom as we resume the game. Phenom just over 2 bars. Phenom just over 2 bars. We'll see how this plays out.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, what had happened, we ruled that it was the fault of TAKAMURA, so Phenom was rewarded the round. And now Phenom, is already making the most out of this. Getting a level 3 early is going to be draining a lot of TAKAMURA's drive meter as well, putting him on the verge of burnout. He's going to try a drive rush and get the heavy, and that's exactly what he does to take the rest of that. Jumps the dive kick, but couldn't get the punish in time. That was so smart with TAKAMURA. He just busts out with the level 3. New Phenom would try to make the most of that burnout time, abuse the plus range that he had, not gonna let it happen.
Well, what are you gonna do after this? You're not gonna be within range to force that burnout. You are gonna be building back your own drive gauge, which is gonna give you a slight, maybe significant advantage, who knows? But at the time right now, Phenom is still checking with the roundhouse, keeping TAKAMURA away. That drive gauge is gonna be very healthy for Phenom. Okay.
Again, TAKAMURA has busted out so many times. Despite Phenom using the true string, he keeps trying to make him guess after the true string drive rush cancel. Oh no, the whip throw is plus. You already know how it goes. Since forever and ever and ever, and Phenom making the most out of that technical difficulty.
That is truly, I'm gonna say, crazy that it played out that way. I will be very transparent. TAKAMURA was on the verge of taking that round.
Man, oh man. So now it's all time set, but TAKAMURA already reacting to the OD dive kick with a DP. Man, his reactions really are next level. But speaking of which, Phenom walking up and throwing the whip parry attempt. Give me that punish counter.
We're about to see a really big statement being made from Phenom, how much of an adjustment he can make just with an extra round under his belt.
You see, that was so smart from TAKAMURA, really putting on the Jinrai pressure once Phenom was below 2 bars.
Ooh.
If you want to punish with DP, you're going to get burnt out anyway. And the neutral jump, Phenom did not have the answer.
This burnout is going to be so critical right now. TAKAMURA taking full advantage of Phenom without the resources to properly defend himself outside of the level 1. Of course, he's not going to spend it to stop that drive impact. TAKAMURA again with the lead.
Yeah, it still would have been quite the deficit for Phenom if he spins that right. If he loses that round, he goes into the next one with even less meter. So perhaps trying to look for a different escape route now. With TAKAMURA being on set point again, these players playing very slow, very patient.
Oh, very meticulous with the timing as well. TAKAMURA with a big opener down below. However, the perfect parry going up against the Dragon Lash forward throw now. Phenom, how do you continue the pressure? Dash up, let's see what the reaction is from TAKAMURA. Of course he's gonna bust out.
He's been busting out time and time again, right? Even after the true string. Phenom has not been looking to bait out the reversals. Maybe he will when the game's truly on the line. Jumps in, gets perfect parry though, and now we're already at the Kona.
Not quite. To get the counter hit attempt, TAKAMURA was trying to press buttons. He did get thrown for it though. Medium kick to measure. Phenom recreating the space for himself. Now he gets to play the neutral dance that he thought he was comfortable with up until the drive rush happened. TAKAMURA knocking on the door, knees first.
And TAKAMURA, he's been really drive rush happy after that stand heavy kick. Wonder if Phenom's gonna call him out with a jab afterwards, something like that. Right now it's just hitting though. Both players very low on drive gauge as well, trying to maintain an advantage by sprinkling on normals here and there.
And he's giving himself enough range. Oh my god, up until this point. So I thought TAKAMURA with the confirm to ring out level 3. That's all he wrote. 2-1 victory. I was about to say, Phenom was intentionally creating a space for himself in case the drive rush were to happen. Up until he broke, moving forward. TAKAMURA, he lured